So I gotta really do this here and preach to the choir that is singing this message for you guys, because it's very important that we really get this completely understood. And this may not sound like the cleanest recording, but this is going out everywhere. I really can't understand why people think that apps should be free. And I've talked about this multiple occasions. These developers dedicate their entire lives to making sure we have apps to create music, to making sure we have apps to write, to plan, even like little things like that only some of us might need. These developers make sure we have apps to get transportation. We have apps that do everything now to get our AI. And once in a while, there are apps that will give us free access because they are starting a new concept, or they specialize in trying to give us like some access to things. But even those apps eventually will have some features that are going to cost. The app right now that I'm using is not free, and I know a lot of you have gotten it free from me because it's been an app that has been really useful and things like that. But at the same time, a lot of you come to me, why isn't this app working? Why isn't that app working? Why did this app break? Blah, blah, blah. And I appreciate that you're coming to me, but I don't even want to be direct with you guys. I've tried doing that. I've tried going that route, especially with some of you that I've collaborated with in the past. Pay for the app on the App Store, get your finances in order, learn how to use a bank account, or give me the cash and shut the fuck up and pay for an app. Like, I'm tired of everybody thinking that things should be free. If you went up to a store and you got a candy bar, you're not going to grab that candy bar. I mean, I would hope not that you're going to grab a candy bar and think that that candy bar should just be free, or a hot dog or something like that. I'm not even going to get into food that we need to eat for dinner or breakfast or whatever, because there are programs if you're starving. But most of you are not starving. Most of you have very well-off families and lives, and you're pretty much, you've got your shit taken care of. Your families are supporting your disability journey. You're being very well looked after. You've got your food. You've got your home. You've had to do nothing to get this. Maybe your family has you working with them now in your own way. But you're not doing anything to, like, you haven't had to fight to get anywhere. You haven't had to work for extra cash. Your family literally is so well off, and they feel for you so much, and they want you to do well so much that they will literally help you. Do you know what a blessing? Do you have any idea what a handout blessing that is, and how much you don't appreciate your family for actually looking out for you, not trying to take your rights away, not trying to take all of your money, not trying to... And if you've given them all your money, it's because you're choosing to. It's not really because they have that much power. It's because you've given your power away. But they continue to help you and take care of you and give you rides and buy you gift cards and get you snacks that you want, and literally clean up for you and have your family come in and check on you and clean. Like, do you know what a blessing that is? Do you have any clue? And I'm tired of some of you coming to me for accessibility help with apps that you're not willing to pay for. That's it. And some of you even have programs that are really not even completely easy for everybody to get, that your family has helped you get on, that, like, I would probably make very good use of and probably appreciate a lot more. As somebody who is taking care of family, I would probably love, not so much now. I'm kind of in a much better situation in life now, even than I was a year ago, to where we don't even need like all that much help. We have really cool friends where we all work together and have worked together over the years that are like real friends that are actually there and show up for you and that kind of thing. And if we needed to pay people, we could, but there are programs. Excuse me. Like I said, my throat is crazy. I'm not the cleanest recording. I've been working for that extra cash, actually, which has been feeling really good lately to get back into work. Yeah, but these situations that we find ourselves in are crazy. And for you to like bitch and complain that apps are broken or not working, and then they have some in-app upgrades and in-app purchases for you to be able to upgrade. That's how they work now. And that is how developers actually make their living. They sit and dedicate their lives. They get people together. You know how hard it is to find people that want to program, people that are engineers, people that care about the mission of what the app does? You know how difficult that is? Like, I don't even know how difficult that is. I'm not going to sit here and say that I have suddenly been an expert on developing apps, but it's certainly not easy. I guess I've been in the tech world enough to understand, like, it's not easy to find work. It's not easy to find a market. It's not, at least I've kind of been in the tech world. I've worked in the tech world enough to know. Both my husband and I both have worked in the tech world enough to know it is not easy to work in tech, but once you find the work and you enjoy the work, it is so worth working and equalizing and mainstreaming your life, not having to be stuck in a disability bubble. That's for damn sure, just to find some work and make some money. But as a developer who's established, who's making a market work, that market would even want to pay you for software, that is even harder and even more immersed into tech full time. At least I can say even what I do on a freelance level is when I have the space to work, when I have the time, which is most of the time, but there are those off times in life that, you know, life transitions and you need those off times, especially when it comes to health. But even developers, and there are times I've had to work when I was sick, so don't get that twisted for a minute. Even now I'm kind of getting over a little virus. I'm still working, still doing what I need to do, still been getting back into working, still been getting back into cooking, because life has to go on. And some of you who have a supportive family get it because your family has taught you to farm and do business, and you work in a family business and you live together because of your business. I really respect some of you who do that. So it's not everybody that communes together is like this. Most people, though, y'all don't appreciate shit that you're given, literally. I was having a conversation with a friend that we've been friends for years, and she has a family business, and she's chosen to live with her family specifically to focus on her business, which requires a lot of physical work. I'm not going to, for privacy reasons, I'm not going to get into it. In order to make the products, it requires a lot of physical work and support, and she's really dedicated to making products and doing the work every day that it takes to make the business work and finding the market and everything like that. And she's not like living with family because it's easier and because she wants to sit on her ass, you know. So I admire people who are doing that and no problem paying for things, understands, you know, all that stuff. So it's not because anybody lives with family necessarily, but I do think some of this shit just makes us look bad as a community. And then we wonder why developers don't want to work with blind people. This is why. It's ridiculous. So I just had to do a post, like, get your finances together, learn how to use a bank, put a card, put a PayPal. PayPal's been around since 1996. You know, get a gift card, scan that gift card into your phone and just like pay for an app. And you'll see the difference in quality. You'll notice how much better that app works, how much more features you get with an app. An app that's useful, not like something that's going to waste your time, but actually something you would actually really use and appreciate and want. those extra features or an app that you wouldn't normally get, and just see how it goes. Because really, like, we live in a world where money is our trade, and I'm not even one that says we need to be rich or 24/7, like, all about, that there's no other thing in life that you can do or anything like that. That's not even what I'm saying. But really, we have to understand, like, life is about trade. It's not even, if it's not money, you're trading your time, you're trading your food to somebody for some help with something. Maybe you're buying somebody a snack, and enjoying it and going out and hanging out with them, and maybe they're supporting you by giving you a ride or something like that. Life is about trade. That's all I'm trying to say. And we're not exempt from this once we become adults, and we've lived as adults for a long time by now. Like, we lived as adults for a while, and we really should know this by now. And if your parents have not taught you this, they really, they ought to go back to class themselves and learn this shit to teach you, because this is why people don't want to work with us and take us seriously, and why the unemployment rate is what it is. This is really, frankly, why I'm self-employed, because I know that our community has been so misrepresented and so misunderstood. And I don't even get to sit here and blame employers. I can't say it's really their fault, because they have to look out for their own company. I'm just grateful every day for tech to equalize and to give us an equal playing field where we know what to do in tech. We know what is of value to people and companies and things like that, where it doesn't even matter. And in fact, it gives us more work because of it's more seen as an advantage with our disability in tech, because we're giving a new perspective, a different experience. We stand out. We probably have a lot more time to put into tech than most sighted people, and a lot of us are just shitting it away. And I'm sick of it. I'm tired of people coming to me, and I give them the solution to, like, figure out a way to pay for the app, and they don't like it. Stop whining, stop crying, stop bitching, and just, like, learn to pay for things. And to those of you that work with family and aren't afraid to pay for things, and maybe you just happen to have a very close family and you do business and you invest in things, that's awesome, and I'm proud of you. I was doing that for a long time myself, so I'm not judging when it comes to, like, any living situation here or anything. But I think when the living situation starts to cripple you and you can't do anything for yourself, or you use it as an excuse, oh, my mom will take care of it. Oh, I'll just get a ride this way, or I'll just like get cash when I happen to remember. Otherwise, I know that you'll just pay for it. You'll just order it. You'll just buy it. Fuck you. No. Pay for shit. Take care of yourself. Use your time living with your family while you have it, because they're not always going to be around. Use it as a learning experience to at least learn something. Don't waste that time. Use it as a valuable time. Use it as a valuable lesson to learn something, and enjoy it. By the way, enjoy that support and time while you have it. I miss it sometimes. Like, I love living very independently and doing things our way, but I miss that support sometimes, and I wish I would have appreciated it and listened a little bit more while I had it. I really do. I wish I wouldn't have just, like, wasted it sometimes. I wish I would have asked more questions. I wish I would have, but I'm not living in regret, because for the most part, I didn't waste the time. I had a little bit of issues with, growing up around family, and really growing up with in a generation where drugs were used as a coping mechanism. Maybe alcohol was used as a coping mechanism, but it really wasn't like hardcore addiction that you'd think of. And the homelessness that I talk about is more of a result of not knowing what to do when family was no longer supporting or was no longer even around. really, like on this earth. And that's really what it came down to. But I can't say we wasted our time. I mean, we were working, we were doing school, we were helping the family with business and learning business skills, learning money-making skills, if anything. And we really didn't waste all that time while we were in like a family commune. So, but really this episode is just, I have to drop it out there for you guys to come get, because you guys really need somebody has to tell you, and your parents are not going to tell you. They already feel shitty enough, to be completely honest. And they know the world is cruel and mean and isn't going to care about you, so they figure they will because they feel bad for you, to be honest with you. And you got to learn that doing things for yourself and all of that is always better. It's always going to give you the result that you want. You're always going to get more of what you want in your own way. You're going to get your way on something if you just do something for yourself, rather than waiting on your parents or your family or your siblings, your grandparents, your cousins, your friends to do it for you. Like, wouldn't you want something done specifically in a certain way that you want things? You know? So maybe you don't. Maybe you like waiting and dealing with subpar, and I don't know. That's up to you to decide. I really can't answer that for you. And I really can't, obviously make you. And I don't know your life completely, but I just know that doing things for yourself is so much better. So thanks so much for listening. Take care of yourself, take care of your life, take care of each other. Let's stay focused.